to our channel. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make ghee. So ghee is pure milk fat, or also called clarified butter. It is really good for your digestive system, and not only that, but it's also good in baking and cooking. Now ghee is kind of similar to butter. It comes from butter, but ghee does not have, virtually does not have the milk protein or lactose in it. So those who have a sensitivity to dairy, like I do, or who are lactose intolerant, generally do quite well with ghee. Aside from ghee being free of whey, which I forgot to tell you, free of whey, milk protein and lactose, it also has a high smoking point. Butter has a low smoking point, and so it's easier for butter to burn, versus ghee has a smoking point of 450 degrees Fahrenheit. So it takes a while for it to burn. Also, not only that, but ghee stores beautifully. It actually doesn't really have a shelf life. And so as long as you keep it in the fridge, or you can even keep it out on your countertop at room temperature, just like butter, but it lasts a very, very long time. And especially if you put it in the fridge, its shelf life will expand immensely. Finding ghee at the store, especially organic, really, pure, good kind, is hard to find at the store, because it not only is hard to find the good kind, but also it's expensive. For a little tub, just this much, it's like $9–12. So it's so simple to make, and so that's why I wanted to share with you about how simple it is to make, because it's so much better coming from your own home than at the store. I'm going to make my ghee from this pan. There are many ways to make ghee, but this I have found is the easiest. So first, you just peel, get all your butter. Make sure it's organic, grass-fed butter. Comes from a good farm where the animals are treated good. And you just put your sticks in this pan. I'm actually going to double the recipe, so don't mind this. But generally it's about 1 pound for 2 cups. I'm actually going to double per pan, so I actually have 2 cups for, 2 pounds for 4 cups. Set your oven to 250 degrees Fahrenheit. It does not need to be high. The butter needs to melt really slow, or else you will burn it. Once the cubes are in the oven, you will set this for about an hour. Altogether it will be an hour and a half, but I'm just going to check up on it in an hour and see how it's doing, just to make sure it's not burning and that it's melting and heating up really well. During this time, what is happening as the butter is melting is the pure milk fat is getting separated from the milk residue, the more that creamy milk solid portion of the butter. And you will want to keep the top part, that clearish yellowish part, the milk fat. The residue, the milk residue, you can feed your chickens if you have dogs, but you will get rid of that. You will not want that. It's been an hour now, and yeah, it's starting to separate. You can see the gold liquid that's rising to the top, and kind of the milky residue at the bottom, that whitish residue. So another half hour and we should be good. Okay. So yeah, all this stuff at the top we'll get rid of. Yeah. So right here you can access to the very bottom. That's the milk residue that we will not keep, that whitish part, but this golden liquid we will keep. So this top part I'm just going to scoop out with this, and then the rest, the actual ghee, I will get with this. Now, a lot of people like to strain it, but some people, what happens when you do that is if it's not fine enough, then some of that milk residue will come through with it. So I'd rather just do it by hand and do it with this, and that way I know for sure that I got my golden liquid, the ghee part. Okay, so once I finish scraping the top, I'm going to now get the ghee. So you can see the milky residue right there, all this white part, and then the gold liquid right there. Even here you can kind of see a little of it. So, I mean, if you have time for this, then this is actually quite relaxing. If you don't, you can just strain it, and yeah, it works that way as well. So this is the leftover, or the ghee that we strained. You can take it outside, let it cool off out there, or let it just sit on your counter and cool off, and it will solidify. And then I'll show you what that looks like. We ended up actually putting these in the fridge so that way they could solidify faster. And look how pretty they look. We have ghee. And this is what it looks like on the inside. Very gorgeous color. So yeah, thanks for watching.